94.7 Asempa FM Suni all talk all day. Ekosiisen dwumedi no asuguso a otie no ma ye namu nyina asese matwen ye yama yakọ aba yeramase papa apanyame inshram say the American kan ye no the honorable titles ni Kwate Glover ewa ha a obeboa yen ama yedi nkomo oye former MP Tema East constituency. Sounds na Eric J.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Deputy Communications Officer ma NDC wo Bono region. But I said the American and there were a lot of messages I to me and kind. This one says, unless we can make a compelling argument against the need to take care of our first and second ladies, there certainly will be monies to be paid to them for their upkeep and other things. Let's not confuse the issue. The allowances metamorphose into salaries, and that's what this issue is all about. As always, the NDC is lurking in the shadows, throwing deformed versions of the issue into the public space. Sunshine will come upon these matters soon enough for sanity to reign supreme. Prince Kamal Goma and Onodiwe Abraying. It's great that the controversy surrounding the salaries of the First Lady has been doused. Though the public is agitated by the allowances paid to all First and Second Ladies, I believe the First Lady has really set the pace. Whatever it may, I think some payment, especially as Gracia, must all be scrapped. Kwesi Reynolds is in Agona or Dobing and what do we are bringing? Okay. Wait, sir. Obi, here is my point. We don't have a problem when it's an allowance. Let's see it as an allowance and not a salary. When we are extending courtesies, it is okay. But when you talk about salary, it changes the equation. I am forgiving them something on humanitarian grounds, so they have no business about anyone refunding anything. Let's see it as an allowance, plain and simple. Chairman Adekoka and Odiwe Abba. Obi, no matter how you look at it, the bid to legitimize the emolument for First and Second Ladies was the right call. While it should be lauded for the purpose of transparency and accountability, the public outcry is also justifiable. Nevertheless, if one of the beneficiaries in her own wisdom has decided to refund the said money given to her, then I think clarity on the matter has been restored. Prince Odenehun Opon. I salute you, Obi. In principle, paying salaries of presidential spouses is a laudable idea considering the role they play. However, the timing is wrong for the implementation of the recommendation, especially in this era when COVID-19 has ravaged the economy, including a plethora of challenges facing the country. I salute the First Lady Rebecca and Second Lady Samira for hearkening to the voices of the people. We should continue to extend to them allowances and courtesies and enough support to carry out their responsibilities. Thank you. Samuel Ablodepe. A happy birthday to my beautiful and lovely wife, Ruth Mate of Columbus, Ohio, US of A. May God give you all the happiness in this world because you deserve it. And God increase you for greatness. And this is from Gabi Edujemfi, former National Road Safety Ambassador, currently in the US of A. Obi, with all due respect, let Kojo know that he is not talking to children, and he should also be aware that he is a minister responsible for information. We have every right to raise issues with this government if things are not clear to us. Nobody in this country complained about the issue of allowances, but it was rather an issue when government decided to pay salaries to the First and Second Ladies without going through the proper channel. Obi, please, little education from you. How can one get to find out whether it is actually true that monies has been returned to government? We should try to do things at the right time. Alhaji Hamza is in Pig Farm. Alhaji, I think there is a statement to that effect, a letter to the Chief of Staff, Wakuti, check numbers and all of that. And that is something in the public already. Wait, sir. Obi, I see former President Mohammed's statement on this issue as a populist approach. It confirmed the statement made by an American economist, Thomas Sowell, that, quote, politics is the art of making your selfish desires seem like the national interest, unquote. The hypocrisy is just too much. Gusty man is in Brecum. And let me see the other ones we have here. Good afternoon, Obi. Kojo's attempt in focusing on the debate on social media, which was started by the folks, is an attempt once again to divert the attention and pressure on this government to the former First Lady. Ask Kojo, why is he and his party communicators not asking Mrs. Rollins and Mrs. Kufuor to also return the allowances? The issues here are not about allowances, rather it's about the attempt to start paying wives of sitting and former president huge amount of salary under these difficult times where the common Ghanaian just got 4% pay increment. Truth will always overcome lies. Is this how the public purse was going to be protected as we were promised? Obi, lastly, please tell Kojo to have the chief of staff publish the allowance they claim has been paid back into the consolidated fund. Paul De Suso is in Worcester, US of A. Good evening, Obi. When standards are lowered, individuals determine what is good and bad at their own convenience. Ghanaians are not complaining about the allowances being paid to our first and second lady respectively. Ghanaians are against the salaries being paid to them. So if they have decided to refund monies paid to them, they shouldn't hesitate to refund such huge amounts of money with interest. I don't understand trade-offs. Because salaries now have been recommended to be paid. That recommendation they have rejected. And allowances and only more than normal refund. I'm not too sure about salaries be or refund bill. And I think it's important that we put the issues in their proper perspective. This one says, in the name of equity and fairness, it is the contention of AFA, the Alliance for Foot Soldiers Advocacy, that Mrs. Lordina Mahama, wife of former President Mahama, also refunds to the state the sum of 3,200,000 Ghana cedis, being the total allowance she allegedly received from the state coffers while her husband, Mr. Mahama, served as Vice President and President of the Republic of Ghana between 2009 to date. 3 million no figure no free. That said, AFA suggests that presidential widows be treated differently. Parliament must initiate steps to pass a legislation to give the state the needed legal backing to support them while cancelling any benefits to those with their husbands alive. Sir Obama in Pokwasi is the executive secretary of AFA and are on the way about loads and loads of your messages. Obi, now that the first and second ladies have decided to return these sums, I think it's time for us as a nation to have a conversation around Article 71 going forward. By the way, you have kept long with announcing the list of MMDCEs. Hashtag Ekosiisen. Alex Martinson is in Koforidia. Obi, Prof. Jampo's position this afternoon is highly inconsistent. What is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Former First Lady Lordina Mahama must follow suit.
On
Hashtag FM. Let Jampo stop. Okay, that's not fair. Thomas Ajekum Treme and on the way Abraham. But let me welcome my guest. This time, the Honorable Nikwate Titus Glover. Honorable Akwaba na Apomwe.
In your jogba, bonto yote.
In your jogba.
In
your jogba.
Moyepa.
Hot here me wa denche.
Hot here me ona. Ibai. Ngoke way.
Base bibi aboko.
Oh, body adaroma ya. Usura no passe na dom ne bidumwa. And say ubeda obody anase.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing currently, you say I will defend my government led by President Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, and my party. FM. And na sisia yagusu ayeye. Nti enra anopa by 6:30 7:15 na me wo have for Asempa Adum TV.
Adum TV, yes.
Me wi na me ba radio.
Adum FM.
And the pay my sorry my call UTV and I'm buy just to come and defend my government, my first lady, and my party. And to wish Eric, my brother, good evening.
Okay.
Ekosiisen
so
on
one other
Asempa
thing another
FM.
person may clarify if you've been a parliamentarian before. Unim processes you go through say some of these reports about parliament. How does it play out? In the bar, your committee of the whole. I don't know, member be any copy of the saying because now the controversy is why am I not parliament, why am I not in the hall? Was approval given by parliament? Was there no approval? Of course, Kojo upon Chroma makes the point that we should Yebetimia request it from parliament to get to know the truth of them. But you are a parliamentarian. How does some of the former parliamentarian do you remember say play out saying?
You Obi made that say. Answer na make I think say was a mebo abasopa. I've admired you from afar during the days in Takrady when we're in opposition. And I think consistently you have proved to be a good substitute for our late brother
Asempa FM.
Kaba. And let me say that you've been phenomenal. I mean, so brilliant, and your presentation, the construction, I mean the thoughts, the question lines, and since I will see a dear Jumano, Menyaso pa.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
But Koso and serve the people of this country with all humility and a good heart, and I believe that the sky will all be the limit for you.
Medase pa.
Na sembi hami pam fat. Na mi bue fu pa. Na oba no frame. No catch me so sremiara. Na se na nkampese me faje obi pa no wan. Seriously. Anipa no me je hwemo. But onima kasa. Me ba Gilbert ni me akasa. Enti be pese me de bu ni die me de mam. Nipa no me hwedom. Me de mani hwedom. But oslepe. Oh, jai. Ya bre wo party mu. Obi. Ya bre pa to fight to come to power. And it's obi wo wa.
Nipa ni party ni.
Onye party ni.
Hey.
Odipos. Ya ye dwon mo Odipos.
Onye party ni ba Odipos wa.
Odipos abawe mu. Enti mate minkasa. Ba me de mani hwedom. But at the right time, ebe kan wasem. Se na obani ni makasa de me bagge betakasa di. I'll pause.
And I'm a choke.
Na ma choke. Na nkase na me deliver no wan. Oba twa de here.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Oba check me.
Nga mebo me nsem.
Oh, jai. Anka bo bon nsem mama me. Na me yi nsem no mako. Nipa no nim no. Enti ye de besia.
No, but if it is that critical, why don't you?
Oh, don't worry, don't push me. Don't push me. Because of the respect and the love I have for my wife and my son Gilbert.
Oh, okay.
I just want to leave it there.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, you CEO.
Oh, me see. Who the emphasis here? Oh, your band to be shadowed.
Okay.
And you better see her. But me monitano. Ya bro. Eto wouldn't your party name. Says a minister.
Yeah.
I'm defending Akufado's government and the party. Minya minister, me show biase. And you be here. What besides
FM.
Normally reports bar. Request bar. Now speaker refer to the appropriate committee. Committee won't di ho bobo wi nya ye de beba plenary. Ama ye di ho komo.
Yeah.
Sometimes generally most of the reports are held in plenary.
Yeah.
Except on critical issues. It is a letter commissioner. Discussion with the House, your core committee of the whole. And normally is the first deputy speaker. From my days in 2013 up to 6 January 2021, I'm a normally is the first deputy speaker who sits to superintend over all these issues now that dear Koso. But this very asema na ye canon. Me colleague Sami style. He wants to be
Sami Okujetwa Black.
Me bano. Me na moto will say me bano. Na wo bisano. Questions, with regards to First Lady report here, Professor Yediabetuwe now or can say as a parliament he didn't see a copy of the report. When was this discussed? That is purely published.
Really?
I'm sorry because like upon Kojo Kanye, this is a house of record. Say bia bibi na actually when you at the time kasa. But the whole parliament cannot lie. With all due respect to your listeners. Sami bua. Say parliament in yes juma. Say to me to the parliament akasa. A whole parliament institution. Say beka say me ni parliament parliament nyehwe me nya copy of the report. Say wona won available I will be sure report to contribute to it. Say so. But men can say parliament. And internet could you say under the information saying freedom information, right to information. No, you can write to the honorable speaker. At that time, or you're even second deputy speaker, you can write to him and they'll make it available to you. And the Mesreno pa, we are very good friends. Bibinia Antonio Boissy. He has every right to make commentary and all that, but a whole anger no kind on and I'm in drink a war. And yeka asema question will be sameno. Yadiba, you could say 6, that was the last day in parliament. So me, I will not be there.
Okay.
What I said, based on the circumstances, I will not be there. And this the Abani Yakamwasema, it has been captured in Hansard. Who pay Hansard, who call Hansard department, you can get the report. But where it is committee of the whole, and also Asemwa, na Ebiana Hansard into being captured. But we should have some records in parliament to prove. Say, report here by ye. Parliament Eduwabobo Ejitumu say Sanya Yano. So in brief, that is what I can share with you.
Report when I did this whole national conversation about what you common be where do you stand? There was uncommon way now.
Obi Emia pa, because in this country everybody has a right to make some comment.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
FM. But where you want to impugn a beer, say, Omampini Kufado, per se, or Tuaniri, if anything, salary. Ne, we are koshe bibi wokukuomu, say, Oko Pesca, dear manageri, Yakukuska, back baby, and dear manageri, and in
Asempa FM.
Yeah. Police ami de bi ade bakwa de ba mekan say ya no a ye di kanka say e was say yen say kasa ye kan yenye politics na sebe ye tie for woni wa bonte an tie ye no they will have some sort of respect for the discussion we do and ye bibia na ye say in politics because when you look at the history of this supporter state, Edima, our first lady and second ladies are. It did back in the early days of the First Republic, the Fourth Republic. There's a history guiding everybody. Conferred by anyone. Nana Kodudu Ajman Rawlings. This was a mother who never sat down to fold her arms. Oh, Becca said, Nejuma Namikun, former President Rawlings, I mean, from the crack and see the way he has been running around, mobilizing people. I mean, there's a need for me as the first lady, and yet first lady, I'm in the office. I do say, baby, na my friend to ma, na my bed trasi. And was a miso me conform, na me de boa me kunu, na yen fan chichit Ghana mai. And you look at the performance. You look at the role of Nana Kodudu Ajman Rawlings. You recall those days. And men man you do baby, I will see a women sometimes. Women sometimes who don't matter, especially who go in crossing the patriarchal influence of men over women. Ye who man says sebi who try ka. It took Nana Kodudu Ajman Rawlings. Now all making sa echo no, all making voice no to be heard. He said there be member a made to say was a muso ya sitting be. Na mumpiayen dia bema betuma no obazu betuma ye kra no manatrasa. So she started the political empowerment and economic empowerment of our women. Gradually, a graduity here. Onini kura be yebi, oko. And son of Bekono, the chief of staff. Then Nana Tudazi. Under the same constitutional provision, Article 71, there was a committee that was set up of ex-President Rawlings. And we hear recommendations.
Ekosiisen
about this 71, Article 71 physical there's nina. And Nana tu a year right up kakra at the man President Kufuor. On also about building so because a man they have a role to play to support their husbands. Mama Teresa, she's a professional nurse. And to find interest, no, ewo health ho, a bonu moding, a ye bibi wo. Obesinko ye, only President Kufuor. Mrs. Nadu Mills.
Yeah, Nadu Mills.
Very quiet, reserved woman. Onusu kono ni denzo be fire. Onusu kakra. At the time no ye no na former President Rolling saying Mahama ne yiri Lodina Her Excellency onusu no ye den second lady no ye kakra. Until the unfortunate happened. Our President Mahama assumed the role of the president of this country. Mama listen to me translate. Se me kun ye president da me so dia na wo se me ye. I was say me so baby. Na me ye bibi na me di bua no. Lodina ba ye ni die. A friend is saying, Mrs. Misata, she's an educationist. Also, I saw baby. And the when you at the time you're coming in, na states no I support kakra. Edi yomo juma. Se bika mutrem.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Amane di mo. Officer no mutrem di juma, amane di ma. Staff no mo, amane tia wonka. All because they want to be seen to be doing something to support their husbands. But ye dear na yet to say, Ebedu, Mrs. Rebecca now Kanko Akufado, any Mrs. Samira Baumiano, and a Bibiasisa. Would hear some of the discussions, some of the phoning calls. They are a painted picture. They say, Mrs. Akufado, any Mrs. Baumia, Sabi, Omufum Ganeska. Sabi Omufum Ganeska, which is not so. So there's a need for us to know the history and the basis and the background. Well, all this history is coming from. Not Ghana for no mutie no omatiase. Because politics na ye do baby. Na ye two no kura no ye two nchen. They are kofa ayi touch all the thing. And trono ama ye aba ye tse no na ye no kure. And that is not so. Anopena me wo UTV. When I read the first lady's statement, I felt sorry. Because the question was beside was asweduma na Mrs. Rebecca Akufado or Kanko Akufado and Mrs. Baumaya no and so ni ana. Do we appreciate it? Osabunzo Asemba kwa na mpese me bisa ye critics no they have been so patriotic ye kasa ye di tiano ye kanse aso adwuma na omo ya no. Do we place value on them? Do we appreciate what they are doing? The sacrifices and all those things they were doing? If the answer is yes, except your all kasana de or the umfa de omuye no. But kakra mi de me ba ye be dia bani. Me hu dia Mrs. Akufado aye. As so many. You go to Akumasi, G. At that time, we share maternity. Abaya bako. O say Debbie, I'm a mother. Ma. Na se ma eko wo. Na se this is what they go through. And then I'm to me transit na me dey ahwe. I was me boa me kunu. And that's a support. Me ji kakra wa na you kan mu a yenye bibi emfa mboa ma. And then it has brought relief to mothers and babies in Kumasi. Owi e no ba kolebu. Onu so baby bi wo. Touch all the time. Children Hospital. Princess Marie Louis Hospital. Children Hospital. Onuso oni Ghana Commercial Bank e kam ho bomu e ye bibi kama enwetwe no waye nyama bebre education nyama school adan so many things.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Na sabre ni nyina na government and the office of president so I say yade. They are not people and now they don't qualify to be Article 71 office holders. But when we nyomo ye nyina no committee dey recommend this say it should be regularized. It should be regularized. And it's on my committee report. And now president. Then president also referred it to parliament because that is the forum. That is the platform. As I said, in parliament we agree and we disagree. At the end of the day, there is a resolution. Or in sema and it's a committee even a Juma. Now 1 year can say yes. Article 71 office holders. But we share Juma no my no any they can form back on at least there's a need for us to take care of these people. Now you structure the year to legalize whatever expenditure that we are giving to them. Because it's a convention. We share the year with the it's purely convention. Because there's no law, any parliamentary approval to back whatever
the committee says it had no legal
basis. It's a convention. Yes, for the days of the Nakodedu Ajman Rawlings. And all these first ladies and second ladies have a real role to
Asempa
play.
FM.
Oh my ye bibia assume Ghana. And the dear Nasisa. Edu Mrs. Akufo-Addo nkwa no. And let me make reference to your friend is saying ne statement no ba ko na anopai na me kan enidium with all due respect. Yemfama we tifo. Na eyemi yapa. Emi yapa papa. Se friend is saying abanisa. Eyemi yapa papa. It's sad. It's very sad. I'm sure.
And that is, you mean
that is the area.
No?
That is the area now. Or can say a man for say or self-centered. You know, there's that part of the letter, no.
Okay.
Or trust say people should not see say she doesn't feel for her people and she's self-centered. No. I had a coming because Auntie Becky wouldn't know. Obi say wouldn't mammy no. Next kasa cry de mano. Kasa. Or you be on penny once. Say yes, and you can go a politician. Uncle Chomo wouldn't know. Very reserved, very cool. I mean, Oyobia, or Tinibia, say young country was there, Mrs. Okanka covered the way, and who names or not away. But Abasa, because of politics. And to the Akon Ban say, on Pesse, the human no see or Pesse or ye, and the Banukum, and the Ghana Mano, and Bedani, Assembia, and the Mobibia. Salaman say, Yedi Mammy. And you know who catch a committee for say unto Makatum, and no catch one say almost saying allowance and may any pay salary. Minikwa kubwa in behind no pa. Mami kwaku. Okase de bia na okasa no. Ena yaman allowance no ya na say your money pay yam fanka hu na we sisa wenya sika budo wenya na who can we to arouse the passion of the Ghanaian people, as if Nana Donka Akufo-Addo yeri na kanko akoye boni. Meanwhile, a committee ya omampedin a power ya constitution say every 4 years be a empowering. Na you Article 71 office holders no mufanye e mojuma. It is not so. It is not so. I idea hami pa because who call the office and man from them applications aba obi okoye operation obi okoye way na wo share and semni bia obi yeah, and with your permission let me quote the 4th paragraph
Ekosiisen
of a
on
letter.
Asempa FM.
I'll say, and I quote, that notwithstanding the public discussion has been laced with some extremely negative opinions, in some cases which she finds distasteful, seeking to portray her as a venal, self-serving and self-centered woman who does not care about the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian, quote and unquote. Now, who share mami we first lady? Sanya odina bada ye.
Asempa FM.
Odi no wa to vom to wa check. Say sebi obi wo ho a na ehia no na wo hia mwa. Me so dia di kanfo no ye no eni bi na me so beto aso no. Ame ye bibi e dia boa me kunu na me dia hyega na man enum nyam. Na se obi mi de o ma dwene o mo won no say ye bibi o mo hu nyama no say mi na o kan kwa Akufo-Addo. Me dwi mi ankasa me hu na nya wona me ye o mo dwuma dwuma dia ene ye mesre. Nibumfu ye se wei ene din sebo ni aba ye be sere ganafo mesre mo se kana ye ka wasem no me di mo de ebremo enye se adwuma no so me nyo biom enye se me nyo menyi mu maye menyi makoma maye ba sedia kasakasa na pegya de mu ti laso nya ye na to simple so a ye twi no abo so no o sere ganaman se wen ye di asem no baba dia mesre mo awie mi ba me du ya. And I may say, oh, kind, say what chief of staff, say, or the check, no, Ediaba. And Chebiana to say, second lady, so also young one or then, or the day, or the near Beko. Trano pano, yem peggy. Say, Sana Casa de Becodia, ye best regana for. Yem pesa we be giddy. Say, no man penning, I yet what two was you are, oh, ye juma. Says on Jubilee House. The work is on the ground. And the woman, our programming, no, what two was him, not on them. No nam. Sunday enyenra no was Savannah. Ene anopay no was Salaga. Maybe I can say yes or nam Upper West, ho baby. He's not sitting in the Jubilee House
Okay.
Like that.
And
and the one and the woman I was to him and the senior okununu esumo mine no ono so be so sa and your persons kasem we ebeye kasa bebre and your sergana for or the body die e the mam especially the emma any member events and man kwala and this cano or the aba and interest adwuma na oye no onyo biom obekso waye now twano pano
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Ma wenye gidigidi kasa osremo obi anja kasa no o de skana ko na obi asom ndwo no na obi ankoso no nye n'adwuma kama Alejandra
me da say enti the honorable Titus ni kwate Glover na moten nka Ekosiisen so ni high Asempa FM Eric Ajay wa ha enti metie Eric
Titus
okay ni kwate
Daniel ni kwate
Titus Glover. Wow.
My first name is Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
And I'm in Credin,
Oh, okay.
And I'm surname is hyphenated.
Okay, Titus Glover.
Titus Glover.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Me that's part for that correction. Ekosiisen in high Asempa FM. We say happy to hear the first and second ladies of the Republic are refunded. The money is recommended by the Intiamwa. Okay, that's not the point. They refunded the allowances they were paid, but they've rejected the recommendations by the Intiamwa committee. Two things. We thank God. Is it true they say they won't take allowances again? Yes. I mean, that's contained in the letter. No? What about support from government institutions to their foundations? That I don't know. Will they take per diems? Will the state continuously support their officers? If yes, then what is the noise about the refund? Did Kojo ask about what is trending on social media? Please tell him Ghanaians are wide awake. Chief Baine and no the way Abba. This one says, Obi, I am an MPP, but trust me, the constant defense of this payment or regularization is making the party unpopular. The first and second ladies are not part of Article 71 holders. Simply sita. Unfortunately, Nipana and Fanny Din Anka. Quite unfortunate. But this one says, Obi, when the regularization of allowances to salary, when it doesn't go with any defined job schedules and audit, they who promoted this knew it was inconsistent with our laws. If so, why is anybody suggesting that the Ghanaian citizenry should draw in former first and second ladies to refund anything not salary from January 2021 to June 2021? Why is it so sad that some of our politicians are just good at creating disaffection for others? Uncle in Takrade and on the way upbringing. Okay. Mamintiwe, Eric. On this controversy, baby Haba baby is here.
We are not press conference.
Sure.
Me that's it. Obi
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Na memfanchi mudru. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ne me mama Lodina Mahama. Obi ase ye yama amanyo 70 ki dimension bia. Ye politicians no ya na yesum fidie bi ato. E de amay ho daache. Because asemba na ye ka asem a asem da ho na wo se ka wasem. But ekwe the case dame so wo se ye pekwan bi asu yi ne de koma we nsuso a na ono nso pekwan bi so eyi di aba. In fact, ye moa ye ho. Eno ne ma public no e wo different perception about widows in politics. And the party any party bi ni nyina na yesu ni ye ban no it speaks a lot. Public no e de ade bi ajeje ya na Ghana for so finding it difficult so mbeka bi amai. The da ho sisi a ye ka ho asem. Article 71 holders and office holders ho asem ne kan. Obi o constitution wa me wo me de o me phone so. Na there's nowhere in
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Ya kan ho asem say so obi be ye Ghana man pani a ne yire part of Article 71 office holders. So obi be ye Ghana man pani be de akira sebe ono nso ne yire mo e ka ho bi ana ne yire. There's nowhere. And this adena bana se committee di na juma ba yenka de Ghana for do na ka ho asem about nipa na ye pese ye fasa akwanya no so e ma ne Ghana sika e wo kwan bi so no one Ghana mamra na da ho na committee ni de ye na dwuma no e ne kwan so na enye ne kwan. This is the argument e wo kroma. So me tie me ni upon kroma na the whole information minister okoye social media debate there na ho ye mo kakra.
Social media debate.
So see ya heard the ekoso social media.
Me na me busa no say from
monitoring of social media. Office.
Don't go on.
No, men call that tangent. But you see, let's be serious in this country. Only a lot. I know Kojo, so you mean your penny. What I say? Obabaye Nejuma as information minister will be any. Yeah, why? And I'm a boy.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Asemna ye kan ho asem da ho na ye se wo de kwa akonwan a. Omwa. And no be on record. Mahu anti be kikrata no. Ana mahu Madam Samira Bawomi anso krata. Say yes allowances a omoje no. Omo sign the Abrega na 40. They go back to the consolidated fund, right? Obi debate ya ni kruma allowance asem ne kan as article 71 of his holders.
Debate is depending on who is speaking.
Depending
the angular offer is different.
And yet depending on who is speaking. The year can want someone then say President Akufo-Addo Power Committee bia your friend Professor Ntiamwa Committee, right?
Yes.
Ofa committee report now is it page is it page now so audio build anymore and Kofoku no as a 5 and Kofoku no more members of the committee so mudin ho your Professor Ntiamwa and your Honorable Abraham Osei Edu.
Yeah.
Obi Oye Hoya.
Oye Abraham Osei should be former majority leader, right?
Yes.
Former majority leader.
Ura Akufo.
Yeah, under Akufo.
Very good. And ye wo
Edward
Kwapon.
You fair wages. Yes.
Very good. Ono wan na man
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Good. And ye wo Eric Odro sign.
Yes.
Na mekai say
Odro sign should be now at
so ono kura abanya man appointment.
Yeah, one of these institutions.
Very good. Abanya man appointment mekai pa. And ye wo Madam Stella Segbawu nipa nu.
Ono ye former MD of Danwell Insurance, one of these insurance.
Very good. Enti nipa ye kan omo ho asem nyina no. Ebi mu ye MPP fo a. MPP abai penso, MPP 1, Kufo penso, bi mu enjoy position in government. Ye wo bi mu wo we mu a President Akufo-Addo na mo appointment. Utie me pa. Fair wages and salary den ono de man. Owura Erikodro science appointment. Enti omo nya nkofo a asa omo ye nhoho bi a yakofo omo from different country. E na omo ba ye adwuma magana akọ. Oni omo wo that rapport. Enti committee no so ne ye mo terms of reference me boa. Eno nti ne se o kan baby am ebobo din wie ya na the same report no okomu the committee terms of reference
to make recommendations in respect of emolument and other privileges for Article 71 office holders as specified under the Constitution and to examine any other relevant matter which the committee considers appropriate to its work.
Very good.
Ekosiisen
obi ama
on Asempa
okwa koye
FM.
adwuma na more terms of reference jina so fire adwuma de edikan yes say Article 71 office holders mo adwuma na okoye wo ye wi ade to so mienu no ade bi a committee ni susu mu no mo susu se e bi a omodwen ho ebebo man no then they do it.
Yeah.
I don't take the committee ni wi na adwuma na na mo call parliament they to the floor of parliament sa na koye
No.
You submit it back to the
so you submit to
very
the
good. So at the year can in there and I refund this ikano and say Ghana for what no yes I here we there.
But per your reading of the Constitution, no, the committee is submitting my executive, in this case the president of former committee now. Is it you understand the president bet me a tweaking report?
Or send a bonus so now I'm woman now or the president on the power committee.
But that's not what the Constitution says.
Oh, that member obi me obetemase. Enti committee ni ye adwuma we nyina wie ya ye de koma President Akufo-Addo no one ne cabinet club obo ho kakra ase adwuma na ye de mankofo yi de omakwa akoya bani
I don't know, are you saying a fact or a speculative way now?
Why speculative now can say ye de bre na or de koto ne bedroom or de call parliament na me boa are serious so easy
so now you are conjecturing
how they want to trace the story no enti na me pese ye hu baby a ade ni free ba ni baby ye dru ne So this committee be mu MPP mpanimfo be mu wa ban mu a omunim the president Akufo-Addo penny their own pen. Ye koye committee report ne ba ya na o makocover portion a e fa ne yere ho ne Samira Bawomi ayere ho a president Akufo-Addo ye lawyer onim se ne yere ne Bawomi ayere enye part of article 71 of his witness no wantimi anka hwe ankyere committee no say emrasem ne ye kan yo the president is a lawyer, right?
By Emrano said then.
And I'm saying,
or the report now.
Report no some way report na wi. Why na ma wadwuma? Why na obesan de akọ? Ansa akọ parliament for everything. And at parliament kura san wi ni dwuma dia say besan aba executive kura bi.
Na wa assent.
That is it. And to hwe ensa report ne fa mu ekọ ha ba ha enya assent. Dia president Akufo-Addo ne Bawomi amodadwe na won say yes. E was here tua yere moka. Sanete
in the meteor say and just say time a committee in the report take
kasa no woni bibia e fa ho no mo boa
kasa omoje report
yes
and go meet me I expunged that part
why na ma committee na adwuma
no but that's not what the constitution says
obitie me why na ma committee na adwuma o da me ba why na ma committee na adwuma yetia na ya waso commission koye na adwuma ba mampeni o issue ne white paper ne to so we for credence no obeka kire ye say committee no ko trash terms of reference no mo ni na so me boa enti we na terms of reference na we can one
but that is a commission
me asam kana make I know say a commission but na what terms of reference e dey adwuma me boa e na me pese me kire say ono na as mampeni na emre bi atwam a opa commission bi ko ye na adwuma na at the end of the day obeka kire Ghana for say adwuma na me dey omo like me dey show monsa no mo ko trash ya me boa and American in say enu nti na me ma o kan terms of reference na e wo ho no because there's no way na ye consideration of sankofo no ho asem otimase and nkofo ya ye de omo ye committee omo nim di o ana me bo nti na me bobo di no obi dey know a lot odro sign local governance ban local governance issues expert enti nkofo edodo so your party fo ya na o de omo ate committee and I be a would do input be a more some fanka when anti-Becky here salary and they will be catching.
But those are speculative.
Why speculative?
You don't say that on
President Akufo-Addo ni Bawomi enti me Ghana for adanko dada bio.
Saying
and na Ghana for kasa. Ghana for adwuma e fo a eya ban adwuma. Aban so ntimi more salary increment more than 4%. Mini ano ye napko no boso me so a okwaji ni sika 700 Ghana cedis. Afinshia no na ni sika 7,400 a year. Ena sana ko ni na hu se Bawomi ayira ya nto aba ma ne Samira. Boso mi ye betua ne ka 33,000 Ghana cedis. Can it is sika 330 million. Na sa ordinary Ghanaian no complain say yes and you was here na you are telling me today say and you say the abanti boajo obi ahwato no. Kan anti-Becky statement no paragraph 4 na honorable Titus kan no. The person or train and say as a Ghana for crack casadodo into the abaya ni sika. Can you read it? Maybe on one day and analysis, maybe so kind of same. Read the paragraph 4 now, Titus honorable. What the argument is here?
Okay. That notwithstanding, the public discussion has been laced with some extremely negative opinions.
Good.
In some cases. Okay, negative opinions in some cases.
Yes, no, I'm making negative, but negative need there.
Oh, no, that was a main.
I can't, You see,
or say the public discussion has been laced with some extremely negative opinions in some cases, which she finds distasteful, seeking to portray her as a venal, self-serving, and self-centered woman who does not care about the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian. Eric.
Well, say, according to baby our kind CCA, anti-Becky na nkasa uti Asempa FM. When you share Adum TV, share joy. And teachers a comments na Ghana for do na air personal. E bi mu anya ne dempo meboa. And he said the Ghana for do na kana anya me de dia. Allowances imagine me dia ba. Ana meboa.
Yes.
And he chese ye Ghana for ya shewa bufu nti no. Sika na ye de ama was allowance for some years in ye sika. Oh, anti-Becky wo de abayaje. But the ye catch anti-Becky ni say, nya allowance asem ne ye ka ni no. The ye ka ya katua, ye se ye ntua wo ne Bawomi ayireka. His Excellency.
And also reject.
There be wa reject na me pese me kire wo say. Nti ope anti-Bekini Samiria person mo kire say time a committee eye ne report ye ya omukunu munya hint omo antehwe da say ye de omo hyem se betu omo ka. Nyomo ne omo ne da. Don't do Obi. Adibi o trite knowledge.
Okay, the constitution
trite knowledge.
71-2 kase the salaries and allowances payable and the facilities available to the president, the vice president, the chairman and other members of the Council of State, ministers of state and deputy ministers, being expenditure charged on the consolidated fund, shall be determined by Parliament on the recommendations of the committee referred to in clause 1 of
but
this
that
article.
Doesn't mean say committee ni we na jumana committee na nkasa so na hoko parliament.
No, or the president.
Yes, I don't make an. You want to tell me say after the committee's work?
Yes.
Omuni mpenimfo na nhia mbobo ho. Obi, what are you telling me?
No, but are you also saying say omuni omubobo ho no?
Me say
and mpenimfo ni betuma sesa bi.
Me say president say niema bi. Omfoaso te say de na yire mo say na omfoaso nti yanye esika na.
Yes.
Sa nkitahudie ni kwaso no President Akufo-Addo as a lawyer antimi kura nkan chom say na article 71 office holders who kan clause 2 ya obi kan ya me yire ne ba omi ayire mo nka ho nti omo ahu ontima say
no, I get you.
Yes, they know it.
Any attempt to get them to amend,
and I'm say
will it not be also virus?
The attempt to get them to amend.
Okay.
When I want more juma, one more terms of reference. Omo beyond that. Anna. Yes, Anna make one time say.
Oh no, I'm following you.
Yes, terms of reference now the more no. Omo operate within that jurisdiction no. And omo kwa trash. And until no untimi ka say omo kwa trash as a committee na wie na adwuma de aba no. Me de call parliament for approval. No, untimi convince Eric Eje and some Ghanaians with that.
Okay.
So what I am telling President Akufo-Addo today, any Bawumia today, His Excellency, any Samira Bawumia, any anti-Bekini say, "Adie we ina no munim dada, iye bitu omoka." And they accepted it in a good faith. Say yemfa Ghana for sika ni nti omoka. But the argument Ghana for ni obi ye ne nene say. Enkofo ya amosi yemfa omonko article 71 office holders we yasi. Omoni specified duty bia we constitution num anameboa. Ghana for asani ade bia se omonye ho adwuma. 1. Yeto aba America G as a president. Yento aba ma me yire. Yeto Obama Eric J as a president, I'm a running mate no honorable titles, no be vice president. Yeto Obama ni and into na constitution also making sure say ye obi as a president or man na fa ne ho ka bia na meboa. Ade bia hoye it is incumbent upon us. Ye ne fa ne ho ka. Constitution no one tell say e bia president ni yesu je ni na ya ware ni no tell say ne yire ne na busu ho ka nka ho. Obi anim say obvious. Because Eric J ne ma be president of Ghana. Na president no man na bo me ho ka de ekoso wo fie bia me ne me ma wo fie anya o man na hwe o enti anyway a o koda so da say Ghana ye dinti no yensa metua o yire ka
Asempa FM
Ghana ye dinti no mampani abedi akire so na yire pepe. That is the trite knowledge at tertiary.
But the reason the committee recommended that in Ghana ye dey say
now omodi nkomo wo kokoam any committee for nakasa entina mbusa as a committee members no bi mu no
speculation
mbusa na mo ka say na ba ko majority leader mrebi na mbusa so nim Dr. Idiot Kwapon na me ka say na nado ama na appointment fair wages ono wo na mbusa so nim Eric Sign Odro se hwan ono so yama na. So what I'm telling you is this crop of people are known in the party and now untima say obi ani wo betimi akọ champion ade bi anya obi interest so say mama wadwuma say ye mama enye me interest, I will do that. So Ghana for mutie me. The argument is about Article 71 office holders, not about allowances I demand first ladies. Memra allowances neso. Obina me sorry an opa na me hu say MPP social media for ya kwotro krata krade ama me ma melodina. Say hu krata no bi. Me hu ya na mu say Ghana problem. Say we anyi UP for na mfiri mo solve ye nye yeda. Because mo na MPP for no. Dia kan nene say yenim say president biati akonwa so a ne yire allowances ye de ma no anameboa ya kan dada
Ekosiisen
obi aso me deny say ye more allowances but eno nye debate on the table now meboa
according to Eric J.
Na according to Ghana for no article 71 ho asem ne ye kan na say allowance ho asem ne ye kan. You know better.
You also know better.
No, you know better. Na dey onim better.
Erica, you also know
and
better.
I'm say, are we discussing allowances of first ladies? And I say, almost smuggle or more Article 71 office holder. Jehenia can in Ghana. Now, yeah, that's sorry. I watch your crowd. I say, me my allowances now major general Ghana for comments ni be a negative near the other. Intimate the mediaba. Inti ade channel pan of friends and me say me letter na me the corner na do also for the end of brand pay. And on also then the buy. Masa, sa danko da do isuba no. Emfa. Enti whether say why any calculation the basika ya the man 80 something thousand. O check here. Meaning say man we are not
800.
Sorry, 800 and something thousand. Yeah. Meaning say man be na be 16,000 something. Na near the man. Obi and yes no obi aje ya the mo obi. Because at the end of the day, honorable titles better no can achievements of Auntie Becky. Auntie Becky ankasa when achievements are ya de chen nikunu. That one it's a fact. Enti mi we are memo long list.
Ekosiisen on
Lordina Mahama achievements from 2015 eba medini na bema o person me push am no wabobobi nti ano no interest and achievements awaye wakosre mpa the hospital ha wakoye se ni interest ye mama na article 71 office holder na mira so na ni kunu ko ne Ghana fo abepre ho se yensen tua na esgracia ana ho de omunya nwene nko ho because look at the article 71 office holders no almost so omunya na esgracia Inti say the anti-Becky any Samiria kwahye President Akufo-Addo kwa ogina yes gracia wo se Ghana ye pe baby manetena efia ne ho bedodo no ne de keka ho no na yesa afi na ne yire ne so yes gracia sorry be sem ana ne yenwene nko enti de Ghana for kan simple yes ya ma okuna adwuma wo ye ma appointment letter ye employer we mfa wa adwuma but yes behind every successful man there is a successful woman it is okuna bedi de bia na se wo boa eno no nche se wo se use se me kunu ne asimasi ntine ye di create opportunity bi de obe fraga na omo ya ban adwuma for true right constitution kan o
na wo be ka bi about social media and nkofo make request
social media me hu se ye de anti ye kan se mama Lordina letter ba yi e no mo start o de ne sika de aba Lordina so famra
Ekosiisen on problem Asempa FM.
Individuals need be problems in the system because already my mouth clear differentiation of the Ekosiisen organ and say ye kasafa article 71 ho asema na meboa nya allowance ho asem ne ye ka
but when the committee in so ka say allowance no has no legal basis do you know
allowance no has any legal basis but so tie ya the almost so train say office of the president bia no sika ekoho like you can say office of the government machinery
office of government machinery
omusika omudi ewo ho enti true omusika na omudi no because jumadi ahodo bia na first lady and second lady and say protocols ni na fi ho na eko enti omoso make sure so omo pe bibi ma omo ye den omo de to omo and it's not bad. It is a committee, no.
But any about it being bad or good, almost any legal basis. That's
any legal basis. They be legitimizing and say they never quite article 71 office with this one. Is that the idea now?
That is if that is what they recommended.
No, that is because for now that is what they are saying. No, because if you are implementing the committee's reports, not at the end of the day, yeah, the omo can one dia. Say committee na suggest ya momo sa. And the terms of reference now, President, Edema committee ni so monya hu adwuma no. Na wo hu say ye import sample for no kwase hu bia na. No.
Ekosiisen.
So the argument of
even subjudicating.
Yes. So the argument of where the nisika ba and na fa de bra ni na sebe dodo na ye nkrasem.
Adey.
Ye nkrasem.
Na say almost say
wo ye pani na wo yes argument ni bia. Ye so hu say ba bia wo dwene ko na enye pempa bo bi na ko.
E wo kwan ben so.
Na da bi only problem ye ka asemu asi ne kwan ye fa so asolve anti-Becky the statement abase Ghana fo bi mo bonyo so nti mekura allowance na magene me dia ba na bi mu akotro se ene mama Lordina mfa na allowance mra na ye ma Teresa Akofo okroma
yes
Kofo why mo penso na no ye first lady no party bien penso
emu de Teresa Akofo under President Akofo bia
oje allowance ni bi
yes
na aden na on de omo ka so mfa mra na mahu se minua na bi opposed when was they would demonstrate against Lordina one fan allowance ama.
Oh, sir,
yes. NAI. Ali Mahama here no. Oh, Kruma. Why pension na second lady no. Aban ben pension.
And Akofo.
Na are no mon catch yourself vanity camera. Just omo what time be Mahama ne yire MPP for time natural.
Sir?
Yes, your time hunu kwa. Me mama nana kunu do adima run.
Ekosiisen on
Asempa papa na afi mu na anu ada. So no so be playing the role as first lady. And then no so mon kasa allowances oji on famra. So Ghana for me pese mo tin nyema bi say President Akufo-Addo era of NPP no was some hatred for President Mahama ne yere keke.
And you won't support the cause on refunding
on what basis? And omo yes argument no kra. And na medikin aka no dwene say wo problem pe ba bi fa. Because yen ka say former first ladies ne vice for yere na former allowance mra. That wasn't the work of the committee. And our president sanction committee is allowances or modiama former first ladies and they should return the allowances. Musa. And in Guasa account, then you moku na refund you sika. When I compel you be say, me the media bantu so for the bra. The ben start is a debate no gruma. Masa money wu a moment come on. Because you took a decision now. Even your own party chairman, Bono regional chairman, Kwame Bafo, Ejina court so no one na ba nyadwene. Is it not even embarrassment on your party? Obi, are you not getting my argument here? Nipa na omako court for interpretation of Article 71 in the keka hono. Obi, what is Obi call on allowances or modern first ladies ana? Debate starting
Ekosiisen on
one
Asempa
now
FM.
wo fidie ye chia. Wakasi ye nya allowance tua. What is Obi aka bi wada? The Ghana for nyina call for ne say CSC de omo call under Article 71 office yina. Their duties should be specified in our constitution. Anameboa.
Eric, now we see from
Immediacy from no. Sir, John, this analysis no more in social media. They should stop it. Omunya John, this analysis no more in social media. Bring back wine. Lordina Mahama and almost how many be my 1 year.
Oh,
yes. One you cranam or Somami Amakwa Jacomano. Na me anti Becky Crady and Amy, and can so the to my council. Eric KJ, yes. Because my constituency in Quadao, how many Kunyatu almost so form. And come so many Bequaco. And
Nasandia say, Lordina, so
yes, and not me link amount because Lordina, Diana, and I demand no year Jumama Ghana to say that honorable titles were born in Numa Pan or Yenibino. What am I say? And the Opianka allowance, dear man, once a mukruma. But baby, I do con any yentiasi.
Do you know, sir, Cecilia or yeah, and this is a question. This is your former first lady, still our allowances.
That one I don't know.
Unim.
I don't know. Yes. Unima ABM minimum umame match education, I'll be very happy. But you know for sure. Obi, do you know? Oh no, you
Ekosiisen
question no, do you know, sir? Meaning say unim, but I mean a minimum. Oje.
At least from the committee's report, next say Oje.
From the committee's report.
Yes,
so that is your source. Thank you very much. But I made the minimum so
okay.
Obi, me dem no besi form no. Dear me pesa Ghana for inati ase ne say. Ye nuanu MPP for oni omo ya de ahwe omo ye. Ye new level a ye be dani debate nani. Embarrassment ne de abama abamu penny for na wie.
Okay.
Because o ka kire Ghana nipo ya aban adwuma se covid aba enema mu aye den. Ene petrol bo be bi enam. Obi nkofo yi omo di wadwuma. Aban enwuma taxes aya san de aba aban enwuma yefo ne etua. Wo so betu na ka tua mu 4%. Enti menu na oye napco na utua ne 700 Ghana cedis no. Budget we akokin kan taxes a odi agusa the same person so. Now say ojire Samiri tua 330 million old Ghana cedis a month. Ada ya to aba ma no. Ya man appointment letter.
Eric,
so those saying say bring back member Obi with them member. Those saying say what do my video? Say man.
Oh me no.
Okay.
That's on.
Those saying say anti Becky dene de aba. Anti Lordina and Fanny Demran, they should stop saying that.
Eric Jane, the attending Ekosiisen in Higher Asempa 94.7 FM. Where is a good evening, Obi? The issue of legality doesn't arise out of the allowances that were paid to the first and second ladies, because those allowances were paid from the unaccountable impress that were allocated to the presidency, just like the unaccountable impress that is allocated to the National Security Secretariat for Operations. Those monies are meant for operations and other things that are not clearly defined. Asafwe J, Deputy Communications Officer, NDC, Ashanti Region, anyway, Abba. But any clearly defined, and you're no quarantine, a buttressing home the point about. No, can't say the point about illegality of the payment of the allowances, no, doesn't arise. Because
it doesn't arise.
Because the allowances are paid from the unaccountable impress that is allocated to the presidency.
Presidency,
Just like the unaccountable impress that is allocated to the National Security Secretariat for operations. And you know, those monies now are meant for operations and other things that are not clearly defined.
No, but you see what Kwaku is saying, I know sir, he's talking of legality. And that is the legal argument in Obi. Granted,
no, but that legal argument, the committee has a different opinion. But the kind of committee, and we just oppose the two. We say, Obi, Eric Ejay should bring himself up to speed on the following. The Profintiamwa committee has never said spouses of president and vice president are members of Article 71. Now we have to okay. Also, the Profintiamwa committee has never said. Eric J. Has never said spouses of president and vice president are members of Article 71. Neither has it recategorized Article 71 office holders to include spouses of president and vice president, as he wants us to believe. The committee on page 61 acknowledged the lack of legal basis on the payment of these allowances, which date back from the Green Street and Chinnery Hesse committees, but these payments were made and further recommended on humanitarian grounds. Rather, the committee only added spouses of president as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president. Privileges are privileges, and it cannot be construed by any stretch of imagination to mean recategorization of Article 71 office holders. I applaud the first and second ladies for their boldness and humility. 21 gun salute. Ekosiisen Asifwa. My brother, if Lordina takes allowances now, so what? That's not the issue for the current debate. Ghanaians are against the attempt by President Akufo-Addo to pay his wife salaries. Della Edem of the NDC. Shaiman, yes. Hello, good evening, Obi. Kindly ask Eric Ajay for me. What has the first and second ladies and the past ones done to deserve allowances and not salaries? Citizen Kofi Abakan and Onodiwe Abraying. Good evening, Obi. Now that the first and second ladies are going to refund the allowances from 2017 to date, will the other first ladies who have enjoyed it since the time of Rollins refund theirs too? This payment has been an illegal enjoyment since Adam. President Akufo-Addo came and thought it should be regularized, and that became his crime. What the sheep doesn't know is that if it thinks that it's poo-pooing all over to make the town dirty, its butt also gets stained. Please extend my greetings to Honorable Titus Glover, Dennis, from the quarters of the former Deputy Volta Regional Minister, Honorable Reverend Johnson Avulete, and Onodiwe Abba. And let me say a very big good evening to you, Lawyer Yao Opong, private legal practitioner, former lecturer, a former dean at the Central University Law Faculty. What's it? MPP lawyer. My name is MPP lawyer. My name is Nanado. No, Nanado legal team. Obi, no matter how you look at it, I think I've dealt with this particular message already. Prince, I don't know upon my kind or message like that. Thank you. Good afternoon, Obi. Ask Eric, what is wrong to refund monies which is not legal and cannot be regularized under Article 71? This is simple common sense. And please ask the deputy organizer of the NDC if Ghanaians will create an office and accept any assistance from the first and second lady. Godfred Adoa is in Bronx.
Ekosiisen on
Hi, Obi.
FM.
As a civilian, I am just elected president? Okay, if I am just elected president, good. As a civilian, if I am just elected president and my wife is a low-ranked soldier or police, Does the Constitution state that she should still continue with her work with police or military bodyguard and escort and command the attention of the generals while still working as a low-rank officer? If we expect her to resign from her workplace due to a new status as first and second lady, shouldn't we also expect that she gets paid due to a new status? Dr. Dakwa LDC. But does our constitution prescribe first and second ladies from working? Like, Omoabe or Muomojuma?
In a constitution, no crank come once.
Okay.
Omo can't cry.
Nyabotre. Question and say where you are no Nyabotre. Obi, please ask him. Does the new report say they should pay the ladies salaries and allowances or add salaries to the allowances? Did you also not read that the past committee report made recommendations that allowances must be streamlined? Okay, yes, I think it was in the past report. Yes, I read that. Thank you. But messages no endorse. I would have to.
Still one kind.
Why?
Dallas message.
Dallas and Poma Williams. Yes. Dallas my kind of message that.
That's one kind.
Dallas and Poma Williams.
Dallas.
Hey, and the Dallas you so.
Obi there.
No, maybe honorable me patch.
Dallas more kind.
Or say Obi. It is not true that before the completion of the work of Professor Yaintiamwa Bedu Emolument Committee, the president was not aware of the spousal salaries recommendation. If you check point 2 of the committee's report, it was the executive arm of government that made a suggestion to the Prof. Intiamo Emolument Committee for consideration. So the president cannot extricate himself from this unpopular decision. Thank you. Let me see. Okay. Inti Dallas. Thank you. At least I read one and I'm a kind way so the account for amount media pay so amount me that say. But honorable titles, me ba ho ma me sima ba kope na yentie we